Hello everybody, John Craig here with Performance Plus Tennis. In today's lesson, we're going to tear into the modern forehand, and I'm going to use my video editor, Randy, who's a really good player, to run through some of the key points that you want to develop on your forehand to maximize your forehand performance. So to start, I'm going to run through some of the key points of a high-performance forehand that's going to help you really understand the sequences and the movements that are going to help build that forehand into a professional quality weapon. And the first one is really the ready position. And some players just think, ready position, whatever, so what? But it's so critical that you start in a ready position that enables you to be very efficient and reproduce the same feeling as you enter into your stroke. So a great ready position, you've got to have your feet wider than your shoulders, you've got to be on the balls of your feet, you've got to have your legs flexed, and that's what you want to do with your posture. Now, from a side view, we do not want to be bending over. See a lot of amateur players that are bent over. Let's not do that, okay? We want to keep the upper body up, okay? And we want to flex from the waist down, okay? Now, with the hands, I'm going to have my non-dominant hand control the racket so my right hand can stay soft and not be working. I'm going to have the racket comfortably in front of me. Not in too close, because that's not going to create the spacing I want in my strokes. Not too far, not down, not up. Just right where my arms are comfortable. And you can see that the shape of my arm here is actually the shape that I'm going to enter into my strokes and actually play my stroke in. You're going to see that, okay? So this is the side view, front view, okay? Now another key part of this as well is I've already set my wrist in the position I want to play my forehand in. A lot of recreational players think that their wrist is stable when it's straight, but it's actually stable when it's flexed. So flex your wrist right in your ready position. So when you enter into your stroke, you already have established the wrist position that you want to make contact in. And that will really help you so much. So the ready position and the key pieces of it are critical. And make sure you start by establishing your forehand right away with a professional ready position. The next key piece to the forehand, and this is where a lot of recreational players go wrong. Well, I'm a right-handed player, so I'm going to play with my right arm. But what you want to do from the ready position is you want your left arm, if you're a right-handed player, to take the racket to the side. And you can see now that that naturally just triggers this unit of movement where your shoulders coil while your racket's going back. And I get here. Now I have a unit turn, which really sets up the power of the forehand. And once I'm here, now my left hand can go away. So make sure your left hand's in control of the racket in the ready position. And when the ball comes to the forehand, your first move is going to be left hand to the side. And that naturally will turn your shoulders so your left shoulder is pointing towards the net. The next key piece is that once you get to the unit turn on the side here, that the left hand comes away. And it's got to come away and it's got to balance you and even measure up or space you with the ball. What we don't want to do is have the left arm just fall away and get isolated from the body. We want it to be connected in a balanced position here. So you'll see all professionals and high performance players are separating away and getting into a position that's similar to this. This hand is going to be your helper from this point forward on your forehand as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into a professional ready position. That looks way too casual for me. Oh, that's much, much better, okay? Show me what would look like an early separation of the hands and an isolated take back. Yes, okay? Arm goes back by itself. This common thought of taking the racket back early and waiting for the ball is very unnatural and very awkward, even though Randy can make it look pretty easy. Now let's see a good unit turn where the left hand actually is a big part of this set preparation. Ready? Go turn, good. There we go, turn. Good, and notice how the shoulders turn with the preparation, see that? So now he's in a coiled position. So for those of you who are interested in baseball, it's a very similar position, okay? Go ahead and get in your unit turn. Turn and set up in your unit turn. And now just imagine you have a bat in your hands and you're like this. So it's almost like you're the batter at the plate. See that? It's a very similar position. Good, and then you would just step in and then stroke the ball, okay? So that unit turn is so important to get your core and get your weight behind the ball, okay? Do a couple more. Unit turn, beautiful ball. That's a big ball. Beautiful. And the power of that is really coming through your weight transfer in your core. Your arm is literally going along for the ride. The next key element of the forehand that you want to focus on is the contact point. And on the forehand, it's just a big ocean over here. It's a big wide open space and there's a lot of freedom to make mistakes on the contact point. So you have to know where the contact point is. Now, most of us have been told to make contact out in front. So if I'm playing in this direction, out in front is from here to infinity. So what does out in front mean? It doesn't mean anything to me. It doesn't help me really, okay? So I need to know exactly where that contact point is. And if I take my racket out of my hand, it's exactly where my arm is most comfortable doing everything from shaking hands to opening doors to driving my car. It's where I've got the power and control and the balance in my body. And you have to know where that is and find that. So when you're receiving the ball and you're preparing to receive it, you're setting up so you can make contact in that place as consistently as possible, because that's where the greatest control and power is going to be, okay? So from a side view, yes, it is out in front of me slightly and comfortably, but not so much that I would lose my posture, my balance, right? And certainly I don't want to be catching it late, so I can't rotate into the ball. So I've got to clear my body, rotate into this area here, and there's my comfortable contact for the medium height. Now from a front view, the contact point is going to be out and away from me. I've got nice spacing between my elbow and my ribs here. You can see that, okay? I don't want to be in here and be cramped, okay? And I don't obviously want to be overreaching either. So you've got to find that comfortable distance. And believe it or not, that distance is actually established more in your ready position in your first move. If your hands were too close together in your first move, your hands were inside, you'd be playing inside. So you've got to make sure you have that nice, comfortable position away from you, even in your ready position. So when you make your move, the hands are away, and then you make contact away from the body. And it's in this place where you're going to get the best performance out of your forehand. Okay, Randy, you ready? Let's go. Let's make a quick unit turn, get out to contact. Set up, out to contact. Beautiful timing. And the final key piece of the modern forehand is the finish, and we see so many different styles in many variations even within the same player on the finish. So what is the follow-through really all about? Because we know the ball's already gone, you really can't help it. So is the follow-through really that important? And it is, because it's the intention to follow through as I'm coming into the ball that accelerates the racket head through the ball, and then what happens after that is really a natural extension, if you will, of the acceleration I've taken into the ball. So what we don't want to do is, and we see a lot of players do this at the rec levels, they're afraid to hit the ball out, so they stop on the ball. But it's very difficult to control the timing of that movement and actually control the ball and also put spin on it. So if you're trying to hit a good modern topspin forehand, the racket head is going to accelerate through contact with the intention of going through and getting into a finishing area, okay? But of course, the follow-through itself can't control the ball. It's the intention to accelerate through the ball that produces a good finish, a complete finish, that makes the stroke feel like it really controls the ball. So get through and hold your finish. Good. Hold your finish again. Good. Excellent. Hold it again. Beautiful. That's awesome. So for those of you who are trying to develop, relax. For those of you who are trying to develop a good forehand stroke, having that intention to make the complete swing and then holding the finish creates awareness and purpose to your swing, and it'll also help you start to reproduce the same swing pattern over and over again, and it's called stroke production. We want good stroke production. So when you're holding the finish, I don't want it to feel mechanical or robotic in any way, but I want you to feel like you're taking it through that area so the swing pattern begins to repeat and repeat even more. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay. Hold the first. Now go. And now I want you to just hold it for a fraction of a second and then move. Go. Now make it feel natural. Go. Yes. Go. Beautiful. So you're jumping out of your forehand. Stay down through your forehand. Yep. Stay calm as you play through it. Better, more cross court. Get around the ball. Head still. Yeah, you're lifting up out of that, pulling away too much. There you go. Stay in control all the way to the end. There you go. All the way through. Stay still while you swing. Hold. Yeah, so when you're hitting through it, the work is over. Don't pull away. Stay. Good. Let's go. Get prepared quickly. Good. Get out to contact. Excellent spacing. Here we go. It's all right. Nice ball, clean. It's a way to keep your head down, keep your body still as you swing. Good. The work is over. Stay still. Good. I hope you really enjoyed this video and found these tips to be helpful. Let me know. Leave your comments down below. Let me know how you're coming along with your forehand. I'll always respond to your comments. Give us a like and share this video with a friend. And finally, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. We've got a lot more coming here at Performance Plus Tennis. Thanks again for watching today's lesson, and we'll see you in the next video.